So, where have we been? We, and really and truly more specifically me, have been a little too busy and had a little too much going on in a whole bunch of different aspects of life to have the time or the energy to put out our normal content. uh, in an ideal world, me and T-Bone could share more of the load, but at the end of the day, T-Bone does not have the equipment, the assets, or the skills needed to do what I do on the back end of the channel. And so if I go down, the whole ship goes down. And real life has been really crazy. Work, school, some with family and friends put in a bad situation by Hurricane Helene. Fortunately, everyone I know is okay, but my family in particular, who are up in the mountains, got hit really, 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 really bad. And so between that, between school, between work, other stuff, some mental health crap I've been dealing with, I haven't been able to do it. I've also been freaking sick every other week. I was just sick for a week and a half, to the point where I could barely talk. Because even if I tried to record it, it would have been awful, and T-Bone would have had to actually do all the talking. So that's why y'all haven't seen us. We are taking a break right now. Our current plan is to come back week 12. And when we come back, we're going to change a few things. I'll go ahead and let you know about those changes right now. And then afterwards, I'm going to briefly talk about Drake Maye, and this will really be the last football stuff you hear until we come back. It just so happens Drake Maye becomes the starting quarterback right at this time, so I figured I might as well give my brief thoughts on it while I'm also talking to you guys here. So, tell you what the plan is, and then for those who care to stay, I'll give my quick synopsis on May. So, the current plan is to come back week 12. If for some reason need to take a bit longer, we'll let you know. But week 12 is the goal. And the plan is to continue doing our regular New England Patriots content, our regular Carolina Panthers content. So those are our teams. And the main reason why we made this channel to begin with was to talk about our teams. And the other videos we normally do, it's 3 videos at this part of the season: the fantasy, the power rankings, and the predictions. Plus the additional 2 videos that we start doing week 12 and do every other week through the end of the regular season, where we predict the playoff seeds for each conference. All of that will be condensed into a singular video. We're going to call it something like The Rundown or something like that. And you're going to get much shorter versions of everything we do. So instead of the full fantasy football recap and analysis of our league, we're just going to show you the results and then tell you who's playing the following week. Instead of doing power rankings and giving it a full analysis on each team that we put in the power rankings, why we like them, what they need to work on, we're just going to tell you who's in the top 10 and then maybe like a little snippet instead of fully setting up a game and providing a full analysis on why we think a team is going to win or lose, we're just going to say, here's who's playing, quickly go, here's who we think wins, and then maybe give you a snippet of a reason why. At the end of the day, what we have been doing, even at the best of times, has been taking up too much time, and so we feel the need to shorten all of that. We will still be doing Puppy of the Week, so that will just be bumped to the very end of the rundown video. And you will still be getting all the fantasy results, our power rankings, and our predictions. But we do need to reduce the volume, and unfortunately that does mean cutting out some stuff, which is going to be tough for me because I'm so, like, heavily context-oriented and overly detailed and nuance-oriented. It's going to be tough for my brain to work out, but it's what we have to do to make it take less time, and honestly, it could be better for y'all. We'll see. But that is all going to be shortened into one single video every single week. And we're going to try not to let it go on too long if possible. Obviously, it's tough when you're doing 3 to 5 different activities in a single video like that. But that is the current game plan. So, we apologize for not being able to bring to y'all the usual content that we normally have been. We just need to take a break right now. So, we will be back. We are not going anywhere, and we've got some really cool plans for next year. And I'm talking about calendar year, not just the season. I haven't figured out our full plans for next season because we're still honestly not that far into this one. We'll think about that stuff in the off season. But next calendar year, we've got some really cool stuff that we're super excited about to bring to y'all. But for now, we're backing off for a little bit, giving ourselves a breather, because we really do need it. And really, I need it, because the last 3 to 4 months have been insane, and I've barely been able to get to everything that I have. So, sorry we're out. Appreciate the patience and understanding from every one of y'all. And now we're going to talk about Drake Maye briefly. Drake Maye just made his first career NFL start against the Houston Texans this past weekend. The coaching staff decided to put him in. And Maye looked pretty good. Had an awful throw, complete whiff, that led to a really bad interception. Texans got the ball in great field position and whatnot. But what I appreciate about Maye is that he didn't let that deter him, and after that played a mostly clean game. A couple misses here or there. Unlucky on his second interception, possibly an ill-advised throw. But for a rookie making his first NFL start, there was a lot more to like than there was to complain about. Obviously, plenty of rookie mistakes, plenty of things to work on. I still got some questions about that accuracy. Footwork looked better, pocket presence, oh my word. Massive improvement from that third preseason game. And honestly, he looked much better than he did in his debut against the Jets, where he came in garbage time. He didn't really show me a lot in that. He looked significantly better in this. So I think a lot of people who are saying, hey, we should have been starting him since week 1. We would have won more games. It's like, I don't think that's the case. I still stand by the fact that we don't win the Cincy game without Jacoby, and that we would not have won the Seattle game if Maye had been in. The Seattle game we should have won regardless between the refs and our own incompetence. Jacoby wasn't the problem in the Seattle game. But I think last week would have been the right time to start Maye, and I think the coaching staff wanted to start him last week. I think David Andrews' injury threw in a wrench. And I think, Mayo touched on that a little bit on his the radio podcast number goes on today. I don't remember what it is, like 88.5, something in Boston. I'm not terribly familiar with Boston radio because, honestly, in my opinion, it's a joke. But Maye showed a lot of promise. I thought for a rookie, had a good start. Obviously, again, rookie mistakes, but there was a lot to like, and I'm really excited to see what he's able to do going forward. And he had a pretty darn good game against the number 3 defense in the NFL. And he's about to face a lot of really bad defenses. Jacksonville next week, he's going to eat them alive if he plays anything like he did yesterday. So, really excited. Really hoping that this does end up being the best long-term decision for Drake Maye's development. He showed a lot of confidence. He showed much better decision-making. He showed that he can run the offense. And just based off of what I saw from him, I agree with the coaching staff's assessment that he is ready. So, that's where things stand with Drake Maye. Super excited, and go Patriots, baby. Well, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll see you again in Week 12.